Welcome to another episode of Love and Reality Podcast. I am your host, Ricky Valero. On today's episode, we are going to be breaking down the season finale of The Anonymous. We get to crown a winner of the first season of Anonymous. Thank you guys so much for the continued support and continued following along here on The Anonymous Season 1, a show that I have greatly enjoyed. One of my favorite things about this show is just the unique and different approach to what we are watching, right? This is definitely a combination of several different shows. I even think that it's like a more enhanced version of The Circle, if you're fans of The Circle. And then, of course, it balances like Big Brother, the Traitors and The Circle kind of all in one. And we have seen many things unfold. We've seen Robbie, Cassie, Tyrina, Sydney, Xavier, Wayne, Jack, Bisma, Dylan all be eliminated to make our final six. But who will be going into our final five? We find out that our final person, the last person to win in the Anonymous, as we were told, was in fact Marcel, who eliminates Lily, which shocks everyone, but those of us at home had no shock at all. But definitely interesting to see her go. Strong game player, really kind of like made like a 360 through the early parts of the show, where I kind of thought she was just kind of lingering around, and then towards the end of the show, she's really shown herself to be a true competitor. But but she is now eliminated. Um, she was furious. She says, unless you're a single woman or a beefcake of a man, you have no value to Christopher. She thinks it was him that eliminated her, which is kind of shocking considering it was, in fact, not him. Nina finds out that Robot was Lily, and it kind of shocked her. Um, because obviously we know that Robot targeted Nina for the longest time. However, we get a nice little twist of the game. Danny, our AI host, announces that not all of them will play in the final face-off, meaning they will have one more opportunity to become safe. There's going to be a test. Who will be the final anonymous? There'll also be, so they're going to have one more competition to figure out who's safe. Then there's going to be one more test to see who's going to be the final anonymous, who will eliminate a player on the spot. The last challenge sees the ball cannons, and players must catch the silver balls that shoot out of a cannon. Each ball caught is worth $25. The person with the most rows of five, like connect five here, connect four, but connect five at the end of the game, will win the anonymous. However, you can block people's five in the row with the red ball. And those balls are worth $50. Honestly, this was probably the funniest competition that we've seen, because there was like difficulty with confetti coming, then there's fog coming, and then these people were just like, they weren't like big balls, right? They were like, golf size balls that were coming out, and they had to catch them. Christopher and kind of Marcel kind of crushed the competition. Um, they added $8,700 to the prize pot. The total of the pot is going to be for the winner of $78,040 for the final prize. And then she rounded it up to $80,000 for them. The player who won got 16 connections and has a slot in the final face-off is Christopher. The player with the least was Nina. Well, I mean, and if you watched it, you knew that was coming because she was awful at this game, and it was hilarious. We have entered anonymous mode. However, after this chat, there will be no vote. This was insane. Another twist. I like twist. You know what I mean? There was going to be no vote. After the chat, they will go right to the test, and someone will be eliminated without being able to say goodbye. Eliminated on the spot. It was insane. All right. In the chat, things get a little bit dicey with Victoria throwing Nina under the bus for not helping with the prize. Marcel and Chris both think Wolf is Nina, which they are correct. T says that Nina is a team player and a silent killer, which obviously is Chris. Wolf Nina throws Andy under the bus, saying he doesn't add anything to the pot. Andy Banana says Andy is a team player but won't win the game. Hilarious. All right. The final chat has closed, and it is revealed that our final anonymous was the same anonymous that we thought was going to be our last final anonymous, and that was Marcel. He won back-to-back anonymouses, and which is huge heading into the final face-off. He spent so much time in the block early on in the show, and then coming in strong towards the end just really was really impressive. Um, his vote, he takes out Victoria. This doesn't surprise me, but I don't know, man. The conversations over the last couple episodes that we've seen him have kind of with Nina and start to unpack some of the truths behind the who, the when, the where, and the how of her really shocked me that he didn't consider this more. I don't know. One by one, we see Chris, Marcel, Nina, and Victoria return, and Andy return. Um, sorry, we see Chris, Marcel, Nina, and Victoria walk back. Sorry, Chris, Marcel, and Nina are here in the thing with Victoria, and Andy left to who's going to return. Chris believed it was going to be Victoria coming back, but we see Andy walk instead. Victoria finds the news out, was not thrilled at all. She's not thrilled that she got to say goodbye to Chris. Chris wasn't very happy that he wasn't able there to console her, but our final four is Chris, Andy, Nina, and Marcel. Dana announces that the final anonymous would have more power. And she makes the person reveal who it was, and they get to pick the order of the final face-off. Marcel obviously reveals it was him, and then he looks right over at Christopher and says, "Sorry, obviously, for eliminating your girlfriend." All right, so this is the pecking order. Chris goes first, Andy goes second, Nina goes third, he goes last. This was quite an interesting back and forth of a face-off with Chris. He takes it. At first, he said, well, he started talking shit about the thing. He's like, I'm going to take this box. Maybe this box. Maybe not. As he opened it, Nina depicts that she thinks he's disappointed in the reaction. She asked if it felt like $80,000, and he said it felt light. And then Andy got the blue box, and he doesn't feel as confident. I love listening to the players kind of unpack the aftermath of picking the boxes because it's really fascinating. Nina says she stole a box last time from Andy and is going to do it again. She took Andy's box again. She opened it and didn't even blink. And then we see Andy pick the gold box as his new box. Marcel asked Nina if Andy was telling the truth. She said he was. He asked Andy about the box, and he said he felt good about it. Andy says, I've got the winning box, which was hilarious. And then Andy says, I know you don't think I need the money, which was hilarious comeback on Marcel because Marcel said that he didn't think that Andy needed the money. But Marcel said he doesn't believe Andy. Marcel finds himself in an uncomfortable pickle. He's trying to figure out what's going on, but Nina and Andy really confused him in this moment. And for the first time, Marcel does not feel good about the spot that he's in. Now, Marcel said from the beginning that he wanted to pick the silver box, and he's going to continue to vibe with that, and he picks the silver box. Here we go. Andy reveals that he does not have the winning box. Chris reveals that he did not have the winning box. And then final box. Is it Nina? Is it Marcel? Who is going to win the anonymous? It was Nina. Nina stealing the box from Andy. Andy had the box, the winning box in his hands, and it was stolen. Oh my goodness. I was blown away. I cannot believe that Nina was able to unpack this and she wins the anonymous. Man, what a read. That was just unbelievable. I truly love this game, and I really hope the show comes back for a second season. It's one of the most unique, fresh reality shows that we've seen in a long time. Congratulations to Nina, who we had a credible conversation at the beginning of the season about what to look forward to on the show. And you know what? She was playing me then when we had a conversation, knowing in the back of her head she had actually won the show. Before the show went off the air, Dana says new players required, which could potentially mean we could get a second season. I think that it would be awesome if we did. Folks, that is it that is my coverage of season 1 of The Anonymous. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about who won The Anonymous. It's been great covering the season. It's been great following along and chatting with you guys in the comments. I will be back with another show, hopefully very soon, that we could all enjoy together. Have a great rest of your day, guys.